Hello everyone and welcome to ETF2L Season 28, Week 1. This is the second match in 2 days. The season is getting going. I'm so hyped. Last season was so great, so let's hope this one's going to be great as well. Tonight we're going to be watching Lego versus top5rocket. We have Gemm on camera, and joining me tonight is none other than HiipFire. How are you doing, HiipFire?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great. I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, these two teams are... They played last season pretty late in the season, and they were pretty similar teams. It wasn't the same teams exactly. There's been a few roster shuffles, but it was a very interesting and fun game to watch because these teams both really like to push. And you know, I'm obviously a Lego fanboy, but just also from a pretty neutral standpoint, this should be a very entertaining match when these two teams are playing. Oh, I'm definitely hyped. How are you feeling about this game?
I'm quite interested by this match. I mean, this matchup in particular is quite interesting because there are no Brits in this game. Not a single Brit. There's only one native English speaker in Josh. So, you know, we've rid ourselves from the toxins in our body that is the Brits, and we're having just a fun little, normal European game going.
Yeah, you're triggering Gemm, but I mean, yeah, there's only one native English speaker, and if you call Josh English, he would probably kill you with like a broken bottle or something. Like, Irish people do not like being called British or English. Either one will trigger them pretty hard, I think. So, yeah. Okay, so just to give you some context for this match, I think my grand prediction of what this season is going to look like in terms of power levels of the teams. I think there's going to be a top tier, a bottom tier, and then a middle tier. And I think Lego, Low Panda, and Swift are going to be like the top three. And then bottom three is going to be Nunya Black, and Weep Tunnel Tactics. And then in the middle, we have these two interesting teams called top5rocket and Antic that can kind of go either way. And I will say, I think Antic is probably a more sure bet than top5rocket, but top5rocket, they have a lot of potential, and they could definitely get an upset. At the very least, I think Antic and top5rocket are going to be really fighting for like the 4th place for the playoffs. And then, of course, I'm expecting Lego to be at the top, like one of the better team for sure, like almost a guaranteed playoff spot. But you never know until you actually started the season. So, that should kind of give you some insight into like what I think this match is going to show us. Like, where does Lego stand? Where does top5rocket stand?
Yeah, it's quite. I'm quite curious exactly what this. Both of these teams are playing with relatively new rosters. I mean, Lego's roster is like new old. So yeah, I mean, but it still remains to be seen how good they're going to be adjusting for this season, seeing as they're now playing with Izon and Zen again. But actually, the game is starting, so I guess we're not going to go into my thoughts, and we're just going to go straight into the first bit, or not. No, we've been baited. All right.
Yeah, we baited. All right, that's good, because we can go through...
I can continue my thought.
Yeah, also we can go through the rosters. We should probably do that, because we talked a little bit about it. So just to go through that new old car smell coming from Lego, we're going to have Dr. Phil on Demo Man. He's back. No more medic for him. Then on Soldiers, we have Dumul and Josh. This is what we saw last season. They were very good. They were definitely the reason why Lego was so good last season, or at least the source of their power. And then on Scouts, we now have Izon and Sen. And both of these guys have played Scout for Lego before. Sen has also played Soldier for them, but I think everyone agrees he's a Scout main. And then finally, we have Condom on Medic, so he's back as well. So this is, kind of old school Lego. I don't know if Sen and Izon have ever played Scout together. I can't quite remember. I think Sen
they
was
have.
on Soldier. Yeah, so it's a little bit new, but still, it's some old faces. But what do we have up on top5rockets?
On top5rocket, we have Neo returning on Scout. We have Kredu, who previously played on Ascent, picking up in the Scout role now, replacing Namtak. And then on Soldiers, they have Fluo replacing... Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. What was the other soldier on top5rocket last season? Medic? Maybe. I don't really remember. And they also have Korvac, who is returning from last season. They have Elikor on Demo, and they have Umbrak, the big Umbrak on Medic. So some new faces, but mostly still the Frenchies you've seen before, but with some international talent. But the first mid is coming up for this official. So let's see what's going on.
Yeah, Dr. Phil is going to be significantly slower than Elikor here, and he will take a pretty fat sticky immediately. As Korvac jumps in to kind of distract, but so far nothing here. Elikor just demolishes Josh. Neo has gone down immediately, so Lego, they're pushing in very aggressively right here, but they're being stifled a little bit, but I think the 20s are just split up a little bit too much right now. They're all going to regroup and choke here, but both scouts just run through. I assume the rest of Lego are soon to follow. Yeah, here we go. They are in, and they will take down Elikor. Umbrak is on 90%, so he needs to get out here. He might have to go Kisa.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Actually, Umbrak seems to be wanting to just face in here into Stone. They force Condom's Uber, so they do get the little trade going. Umbrak is gonna try and get out with Neo to keep himself alive, because it's going to be quite hard to contest the second point. But actually, all the Lego players are on the stone bridge right now, which is going to let top5rocket get some good positioning on, and they're trying to get some good damage onto all those bunched up players on the bridge. They're taking the same spam from these rockets from Korvac. He even gets Demol on that Spire. He will go down eventually, and there's only 4 top5rockets players left, and they're going to get out. Flo isn't at forward spawn, but he back spawns, and now top5rocket is on last.
Yeah, Lego also left with a pretty significant Uber advantage, so if they really want to and build this properly, they can definitely go. Sometimes you don't really know, and especially because both medics popped at the same time, but it looks like Lego, they have a pretty good idea here that they have an advantage. Flo's going to try and bunch it up here and stuff it back with some rockets, but so far no luck. Kratos goes down along with his sentry gun. Now Lego just got to move over on the right side, complete ownage. That's a perfect push. Nobody died from Lego, so a very strong showing on this first mid and into last push.
Yeah, I really like that last push. They just got in on top left. They almost got the entire combo down, but they just barely made it out to the right side. But then they completely just decimated the top5rocket on the right side and then just capped it up. Solid first round.
Indeed. Let's see if Elikor can keep up his good form here on this middle. He gets sticky onto Dr. Phil, so he actually just trades stickies. And once again, it's going to be Korvac that jumps in very quickly, and he will take down Dr. Phil. So right now, it's in favor of the 20s slightly, I think. They're in very aggressive here on Condom, and Condom does indeed go down, and now it's just only 2 Lego players. And look at that, Elikor will keep up the good work that he's been doing. And yeah, Josh is going to kill himself. He knew he couldn't get any more kills. So a quick turnaround here. It's really important for any team to make a quick answer like this, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a free Spire. Yeah, it is. And full Uber advantage and everything into lobby here. So let's see how Lego decides to hold this and whether or not top5rocket can actually pounce on this opportunity.
Well, it seems like Lego has eyes on entry, putting the sentry on the left spawn door there by bottom left, and then have Zen on Pyro on top right, ready to try and deny the Uber. It should be commencing sometime soon. They have all their players now up on top lobby here. They're just buffing them all up. Umbrak is looking around, and he's going to be coming in with Neo and the demo going into top left. You're going to have to deal with this Pyro very quickly. They're trying to get the frag. He's doing a good job of denying most of this Uber. They do eventually get that frag. Condom is on 70%, so Lego could potentially get an Uber in this last fight, but they're all dropping down onto the point as a scout plays the point. Losing players, it's even right now, but the health advantage is definitely on the side of top5rocket, but the Uber has been popped by Condom. Flo on the ground is gonna go down, and it's just Umbrak and Korvac in top lobby now.
Yeah, Elikor is also still inside. Dr. Phil definitely knows, but there's always this chance that the demo man just like drops down and walks onto point and caps it, right? It'd be the most embarrassing thing in the world, but yeah, Lego, they're not going to block this, but that was a great hold there by Lego. They just rotated around to the left side while they were dealing with the sentry gun, and then they managed to hold it. And did Josh die? Because he was building his banner. Oh yeah, he did die. He doesn't have a banner anymore. But Lego, they're putting some pressure on Spy here. Josh gets headshot though. He's very lucky not to die. As I say that though, he does indeed die. He moves onto the medic though. Gets the sniper down as well. But the medic has surfed their way expertly. But Umbrak still cannot quite make it in time. Lego though, they can still just get capped. But there is luckily for them a sentry gun on last.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to find an opening right now at top5rocket to see if they could potentially get onto Condom. But yeah, because of that sentry, there's no real road to entrance there, or path to entrance onto that medic, so they're just going to be backing off and going to have to just deal with this 50% Uber disadvantage that they have. It seems like Umbrak and Kratos are just sitting on their side of mid right now, building that Uber up, so they're very aware of it, and they're just going to be playing for the force.
Elecro actually went all the way back to spawn. The spawn door was being held open for like 30 seconds, so you could come back and go for the quickie bomb launcher. It's a little bit weird when they are at an uber disadvantage like this. Korva's going to jump and see if he can get the force out. He will not get it. Demol and fluoride trade. So right now it's a pretty solid push idea from LEGO, but they're losing their uber advantage, and they don't have a whole lot of cap time on this point. It's just Josh standing up there right now. Now a scout joins him in. But like if anyone just gets hit by a sticky or a pipe up there, it's looking extremely dangerous. But LEGO, they will actually get it out alive here. So great job by LEGO. This is one of the easiest pushes to mess up in the entire game, I feel. Like it can go wrong in so many ways. But LEGO, they denied the back cappers, and then they managed to get out the cap, even though there was a lot of pressure. So but now Elecro, he's kind of stuck on the quickie bomb launcher, if you want to call it. It's not like a terrible weapon, but it's definitely better when pushing last.
And now we're in the whole stalemate, and we're going to see what team wants to try and stop this. It's actually going to be top5rocket trying to push the flank there, but they actually feed both of their soldiers into the 2 soldiers of LEGO. So LEGO now has basically free entrance onto this point. Elicor will get a random pipe there onto Zen, but Dr. Phil actually trying to jump in aggressively, gets denied by Neo, and now LEGO players are all weak. It's just Condom and Josh that are mostly in Demol in Valley, trying to just make something happen. They're bullying their way into mid still. They had some poor positioning, but now they're going to pop their Uber. Umbrek is going to respond soon as well. Slightly better Uber for top5rocket, but it's not really much they can do with that. But yeah, but Josh is going to go down in choke. Dr. Phil is actually isolated in front of choke as well by the scouts and Fluo. And now it's just 4 LEGO players on stone. They're going to have to back out. Zen actually is in for too long. Izon gets saved by an arrow from Condom there. Little fadeaway arrow to save a scout, but it's not going to be enough for LEGO as they lose their second point.
It's going to be a slight uber advantage coming out for top5rocket. They could use this maybe, but it's very unlikely that they actually get it done. But you know, maybe if they do some arrow building, or if they're just really on point, they can do it. But LEGO, they're set up pretty heavily here, and it looks like Neo has actually gone sniper, so that should tell you that they're not going to try and hit this tiny window of opportunity, and instead they're just going to go with the Neo sniper. Neo has been very impressive on sniper, at least last season. Like he was up there. I think like a lot of people kind of overlooked him because there was like so many good snipers in Prem. But like Neo is easily in the top 5, which is fitting, I suppose, of snipers. So, like, definitely keep an eye on it, and he will get a pick immediately.
Yeah, this is his first headshot of the game, and it should. Well, I mean, it makes up for Fluo dying there, but still not really going to change much of the situation that both teams are in. So Neo's going to be trying to find another opening, but I kind of agree that kind of flew on the under the radar. I feel like top5rocket in general kind of flew under the radar just because it felt kind of like a dud after placing 3rd and then placing like 6th or 7th it was last season. But Neo was definitely one of the better players on the roster at that point, and even in their good run in top 3. And yeah, I think that he needs to find that opening though. But Josh peeking main again. He's not going to go down to a headshot this time. He's going to barely survive. Actually, he's going to get cleaned up by Korvac. So now we should have some kind of sack or some kind of action on the top5rocket side. It seems like Neo is going to be the one to peek a little bit aggressively onto the Sentry of Zen. Hits it with a full charge body shot. Tells him, take that, Sentry. Doesn't kill it though. The Mole trying to play a little bit aggressively. Gets into spawn, and Flu actually in top right. Trying to fight, wow, gets the Mole together with Korvac, and that's pretty decent pick. But Neo going down to iZone, just walking into top lobby. It's going to complicate things if Fluo can get this cleanup rocket. It could help, but
Fluo is so caught.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like he's just finally...
but Josh walking into main. Oh, he tried to get the force onto Umbrak, but can't really get anything onto him.
Yeah, it's very aggressive play right now from LEGO. And it's not entirely working out, but they're also not getting completely punished for it. I like that both teams are going for plays right now. Like, they're not just sitting back and spamming or sending in a single suicide. They're actually just going to contest or exchange the Ubers here. And when I say exchange, I mean just only use your own and let LEGO have theirs, as Dr. Phil completely destroys Florida as he tries to exit.
Yeah, yeah, he just kind of walked in solo Ubering into top left, and the Sentry was right there, and he just he couldn't get any rockets onto Condom at all, and they just kind of watched as all those rockets flew by, and well, now top 5 rocket is in an extremely awkward position. Trying to go for the risky trade play has not worked out. Lego, with the full Uber advantage, is just going to elect to go for the forward hold. They do catch Fluo in that drop down area. They should be able to push out.
Go for the suicide. He takes the opportunity.
And he's dead.
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty low probability play, but you know, they were one guy up, so they went for the counter sack. And Demo actually got a 23-second respawn. That's a pretty long one.
That's pro lens for you.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, and Josh catches out Korvac. Josh barely surviving here. And Lego, they're still doing their forward hold. Josh also has a banner, so he should be pretty close to having it, if I had to guess. He doesn't seem to be peeking very aggressively, which is usually a good sign that he might even have the banner.
Yeah, well, this could be something that allows them to take some initiative in this game right now, but they do have that round advantage, so I wouldn't really blame them to not really play off of it.
Flu's on Spy.
Ooh, I like this.
Oh, Lego, they've actually felt the pressure enough. They're just gonna go all the way back to last. I don't know if they saw the Spy. I assume they didn't. They didn't seem to like shoot random corners or anything as they retreated. But Flu, he's just gonna go in here, and he actually makes it all the way in here without bumping into anyone or taking damage. So that's a good start. But he's just going. He wasn't on the cloak and dagger, I don't think. So he just went all the way in and then went out and eyes on Tom.
Yeah, that's that worked out. That happened. But Josh has self-destructed in top lobby there. Just peeking in, trying to maybe get the force onto Umbrak. So trading players there. But Demol, I think he is spy checking. I think that's... Oh no, he is actually in top here. In the balcony. He sees Umbrak. He's in front of Umbrak. He's healing him. He's in a 1v1 with Demol now. He gets about 2 revolver shots onto him, but no force, as Condom actually gets forced by Korvac there. So that's a successful force there from top 5 rocket, even though it was quite awkward with everyone being kind of, well, disconnected. And now Lego trying to just get in, trying to get onto Umbrak if they can. They do have the player advantage, so they're just going to try to do what they can. They're trying really hard, but their med gets cleaned up, their scouts down. They do get the force onto Umbrak. They're going to try to get frags with this. They need to try and maybe go to last with this. They get Josh. Zen is caught in bottom lobby, gets cleaned up. 2 players up for Lego. Spawners coming in soon. Med and Scout are back up. It's 5v4. Umbrak goes down though early into this push. Neo goes down. It's just Korvac and Cradle behind the point. They get one, but they're way too weak. But there comes Fluo. He's going to go and get those cleanups on top left. It's just Josh versus Flu. Actually, Elikor is in there as well in main. They're both really weak. Oh, but Elikor with the pipe. Oh, but Josh, really clutch, wins the 2v1.
That's really clutch. I feel like Lego had a really bad push there, and they should have just lost. But somehow they managed to hold on. Like Condom, especially going that far out, just seemed really foolish. Sen almost gonna get it. Actually gonna get it. Wow. He actually managed to stay up there and just fight off the pressure. It might just be a recap here immediately. Yeah, Lego, they lose Ison, so it's going to be very difficult to actually contest this. Dr. Phil's not really in a good position with a good team to back him up. But oh my god, look at it. Dr. Phil actually goes in, drops down, and then he kind of catches Elikor, or maybe Elikor catches them. I'm not sure. It looks like Elikor will be the one who was caught. So a bit of a weird situation there with Elikor just kind of walking in to try and break the forward hold, but his team didn't follow up on it, or they couldn't. I don't know. But yeah, we're kind of back to normal. Top 5 rocket, they have the uber advantage, but it's very difficult to push when the enemy is doing this kind of forward hold up top, right? You don't want to pop through the tiny doors. And now Condom does have his uber.
Yeah, they tried to maybe peek in a little bit on balcony when they had the uber advantage, but they lost their demo, and actually they lose their demo again, and that just makes it even harder to try and make your way into lobby. Lego is peeking a bit carelessly in balcony, but they don't really get punished for it. They're coming in again. They're gonna go for the trade. They do successfully get Umbrak to pop his uber. It's really even pops as well, but it seems like there's not really much that either team can do off of it. They kind of just have to go or back out. Nobody bleeds players, and We're back in the
Josh
position we
gonna
were
pop a
before.
banner. That was what that was all about, I guess. He's just gonna come out here on balcony, being really aggressive, trying to support his teammates. Sen will get a little bit too far away from the banner though, and looks like the rest of LEGO have just backed off here. So another pretty bad push out here from LEGO. It's been a mixed bag pushing out of this last for them. It seems when they don't have a massive advantage, they struggle to actually make it all the way out.
Yeah, I think that they've at least been doing an okay job of not bleeding too many players, because I feel like maybe they're trying to just pull out all the tricks, do a bunch of pushes, and then at some point top5rocket has to crack somewhere, and they will bleed like a demo and a solly, and then you can, you know, completely well, you can finish off your push. And at this point they're just like losing 1, 2, and then they immediately go back. And I mean, this is Badlands last. It's going to be very difficult to even push off of just, even with 2 picks, it's going to be quite difficult to make an even uber push work. So I think that's what LEGO's working off of right now.
Yeah, Josh had like a banner of some sort. Then he just switched off to spy check. So Korvac and the flew worm in the bottom right. They're trying to spam, and this time around it does not work out. But they just lose 1 soldier, so they're gonna back off a little bit, I think, and otherwise be fine. But yeah, Josh just switching to spy, that seemed really weird, because then he just switched right back to his banner. But you don't retain the banner when you switch classes, unfortunately. That would be pretty unbalanced.
Minor brain fart from Josh, I presume.
Maybe.
Ooh,
could also be that he just built like nothing. Yeah, there we see Ison. Ison is a guy who's been a little bit inactive in TF2, and there's actually going to be a banner here. Korvac just tries to tank it, but Ombrak's actually even going to force, and so it's a better Uber for LEGO, and they got a pick. So this is actually finally a really good situation for them to push out here, but now comes the job of actually getting onto Spire. We've seen there is this little tire up on the balcony area, so the scouts can jump Spire without having unlocks. But no, once again, they're just not going to be able to quite get out there as Josh picks down Fluoride. And where's the spy of Korvac? Oh, he's just all the way back on mid. All right, he's walking the wrong way, Korvac. He's just gonna switch. All right. Well, that was anticlimactic.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just have to go outside, smell the air, do you feel like the spy play is gonna work out? And clearly Korvac wasn't feeling it, so immediately went back. And we're still in the same position. The LEGO made their way into the forward holding lobby though, or now, so at least a little bit more forward. They actually get Neo and Flu, so this is a very good opportunity to try and make their way through. top5rocket's setup on the second run now is quite weak. They do send Korvac in trying to get a force going, but can't really do much. Now LEGO's on Spire. They've made it onto Spire. Now they need to cap the point, but Kradu's in onto Condom. Umbrak trying to save his players also pops. Kradu does bleed there, going down. Flew on stone, kind of caught, but no one really to follow up on the damage. Josh popping the battalions. They should be able to bully them out here. Neo goes down. It's 4v6. Condom does go down. It flew in. Should go down as well. top5rocket with the uber advantage, but they are now stuck on mid.
Josh in here and flank.
Oh, that's... the mole gets completely airshot as well. The scout's trying to collapse as well, but this is a great defense from Elacor, and whatever soldier airshotted the mole there. It might have been Elacor actually, so that was really scary for a second for top5rocket, but they take out all those sacking players, the full team sack from LEGO, the innovation here. But now top5rocket should be able to get Spire back.
Yeah, full Uber advantage and a man advantage and better heals. This is a pretty good recipe for a successful push. And I think they've even spotted Dr. Pill's sticky traps there, so extremely smooth push right now coming up for top5rocket. LEGO, they're not really doing a proper forward hold, it's just Dr. Phil trying to see if he can get anyone with a sticky trap. Looks like that's not going to be the case. At the top5rocket, they might have been too slow here. Condom is on 90% Uber, and I thought top5rocket actually started with a massive Uber advantage. Condom's on 98, 99, there we go, he pops it. So that's going to be a really solid hold. Fluoride once again I feel like his KD is terrible in this game. Like, he's gone in so aggressively so many times. He's just gotten like an Uber force, or just been dropped from an Uber, or he's just overextended and got killed. It's been a rough game for him, I think.
Ooh, but Lego pushing in through lower gets Elocore, and there's Neo also caught. Kradu's in a kind of an awkward position as well, and actually so is Korback on 10 HP, but they get the scouts in lower lobby, so they stay alive. That could have been very hairy for top5rocket. Instead, it's kind of a weird position now we're in. Both medics are alive, but there's just 2 players dead for both teams. Flu jumping into bottom right, looking for openings, but I think we're going to be back in a little top lobby hold for top5rocket. It's even Ubers. We have about 9 minutes left. They're down around, so they're the ones that need to show the initiative. Ooh, the trade from
that's a Roma trade right there. Like textbook Roma trade. They see each other, they shoot 3 rockets, and then they're dead. Both of them. So now they can chat in grave talk to their heart's delight. But is there an off-class? Yeah, Neo has actually gone sniper. And where is he gonna snipe from? Well, it's gonna be top lobby, and he takes down Zen very handily right there. So far, Neo has gotten quite a lot of good shots off, but he has not really gotten any key picks yet. Zen's hidden behind the point. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not sure what happened, but 3 players just died. 2 soldiers and a scout. Neo does get a scout pick to kind of equalize it a little bit, but Lego has the players, but Dr. Phil goes down to Neo on Spire, and now Lego, yeah, they're going to hit S. They're going to go straight back. Pushing to second without your demo is going to be quite awkward. Now top5rocket with the player advantage. They're going to look into main. They're actually going to go straight in with this Uber to catch the mole behind the point. He's dead. Josh pops his banner. Condom pops his Uber. Players are going down for top5rocket now. They should be able to get out. Actually, Korback is in main. Umbrak actually really wants to save him, but he might die if Kradu wants to chase that. Or not Kradu,
and Josh is so hungry for these frags. Just going out through main, but he's not going to find anything. Iceland is actually outside. I think Elocore knows, so he's not going to go behind. Yeah, he's just going to spawn swap back. So it just seems to me like every time top5rocket tries to go for some sort of pressure, where they try to like spam out Lego or maybe like shift the flank or anything, they just get slammed by the mule. And then all of a sudden there are 2 players down, and then Lego, they try to go for some sort of play, and then it doesn't work out, and then we end up getting stuck. So it's probably the most action-packed stalemate I've seen in a long time, but it is still a stalemate. Nobody seems to be able to get out of this last and second point.
Yeah, I feel like people are just not able to get enough frags within these Ubers. Like, they have the Uber advantage, and they need to get like 1-2 frags. But then they get like maybe 1 frag if someone like kind of caught like the mole behind the point, and then the Uber fades, and then they're just on the ground on last. And then they just get spammed.
Wow, I can't believe he didn't die to Josh right there. That's crazy.
Flu is in. He's onto Condom, but Zen with those reflex is gonna completely destroy Flu. Josh helps out. He's dead. Sentry goes down. Still even players. So when spawners come in, top5rocket might elect to do another Uber trade just to somehow try and make their way back into last.
I can't get over how close it was to Umbrak just dying there to Josh for getting forced. Looks like they're actually going to go on to the point, but Dr. Phil, Timur, and Josh were all on it. They just dived down there. And, yeah, Elocore, he was on the quickie bomb long, so he was just clearing the point, and then once again, top5rocket, they try to do some pressure or go for a play, and then they just get immediately slammed. And Josh's gonna pop this banner. It's gonna make them not even worry about this.
The directs.
Yeah, nice direct from Josh. Like the downwards air shot. Is that a thing? It is now. So Lego, they will cap out at this point just fine, and now they're gonna have to try and see if they can push top5rocket out through the choke, and they will succeed in doing just that.
Yep, top5rocket stuck on mid now, but oh, Elocore is behind. He's on the train of top5rocket. Nobody's really looking at him. Umbrak is gonna get forced. The mole still behind there, trying to maybe get some cleanup kills. Flu goes down to Josh. The Ubers have faded, and top5rocket is looking worse for wear now. They're gonna go out onto second, and Lego has a pretty good roll going on right now. They still have player advantage, so they're just gonna go straight into resup here. Korback in resup is going to be the one to hold the flank. He's on to Condom, and he's dead. The medic is dead. Now the combo of top5rocket's completely, well, kind of surrounded in choke, but they get the scout in choke, so they are actually able to just move through. That wrap play doesn't really work out. Zen and Josh on the train should be able to get cleaned up, but actually they get Umbrak. They don't get all the other frags they needed, but Medic is dead. They do have advantage with Condom right now, and only 2 scouts for top5rocket up. They get mid. They should maybe be able to get Spire, but this is still going to be an awkward situation for top5rocket to push into last from.
Yeah, I think LEGO want to test the Spire. They're definitely moving forward as if they did. And Dr. Phil, he's going to spam. Sorry, I'm just going to choke to death here. Yeah, Dr. Phil will actually manage to spam both scouts off. Soldier's up on the Spire. Fluoride once again going in super aggressively. And this time around, he looks like he's not actually going to die, but very aggressive play by him. Just constantly jumping in the, trying to get into the face of LEGO. And there's actually a crit streak on Umbrak right now, so I think I'm just gonna back off, wait for some heals, and then try to come in with the surprise crits.
Ooh, Elocor crits. Let's see what's gonna happen. You're in choke. I'm just trying to check out what's the sitch, but actually Fluke coming from behind from the flank is gonna get Condom anyway. So the heals are down. Demol is really weak. Phil is really weak. Scouts are weak. It should be cleaned up. Korvac does go down, but he gets to clean up, or he gets a clean up. Credo gets the frag, Demol goes down, and now, well, this is really difficult for LEGO. They have 3 players up. They're probably going to have 5 players by the time that top5rocket will be moving in, but the crits is in main. There is Elocor just feeling it out. He has the crits pop. He shoots some interesting stickies. He gets Josh very weak, but players of top5rocket all going down right now, and the Sentry even getting a frag of its own as well, and it's now 3v6, and that crits that did not work out the way they wanted to, and, well, here we are once again.
Bottom left. Oh, Korvac will take him down. And now he will even be threatening the back cap. So this could slow down LEGO once again. It seems like LEGO are extremely good at defending last, but they're not nearly as good at pushing out on second. They definitely beefed a lot of those pushes. You know, they continue to try. It's about 2.5 minutes left. There's actually a spy on Credo here. See, just stands and gets rocketed. I'm pretty sure Josh spotted that, or Demol. I think that might have been Demol that did that. But either way, it was pretty funny. Umbrak's about to have the crit streak again. And as always, when you have this crit streak, you can either surprise them and drop the medic, or you can just crits in, make them flash, and then go back out and rebuild it. And Josh has actually popped the banner right now. Well, he's blown the horn at least. And that horn will deny crits completely. So, like headshots, crit stickies, all of that gets completely negated. But Iceland is not still going down. The crit streak has basically worked. Josh will get it, but oh my god, the Demol jumps down and gets dropped as well. So, that's a 3-kill crit streak right there. And that basically works. And then Credo comes in with the spy. The only one on the left. This is so intense right now. Like, they could finally lose this, but Elocor going down, I think that might just be curtains here, but still a fully buffed Neo. No, Josh and Sen, just too good. Again.
Yeah, the Sentry just kind of prevented them from ever touching that point, so they had to get all the frags they needed. There was no point pressure at all, and they just didn't win those fights. And now it's 1 minute 15 seconds left. top5rocket basically has one push left in them, and we'll see what's gonna happen. They seem to have Credo on spy, so they're gonna need him to be the X factor for this push right now. And I'm kind of quite curious where he elects to go. They might be doing a little bit of a distraction play, maybe peek into top left. Actually, they're gonna be going top right, put in some damage so that Credo can move in, that is. He is behind point, not spotted.
Goes down again.
Yeah. Well,
it's happened a lot, but Credo now is in a perfect position. He's uncloaked. I don't think anyone's hurt him. Oh, he's going for the medic, but he runs into a sentry. That's unfortunate for him.
Gets the kill. But roamers get traded. 25 seconds left. They need to be in. They get Izone. This is a good start, but they need to get that Uber Force out, or else LEGO will just go into the point with the Uber. They do, but it's kind of early. This is a way better Uber for top5rocket. They could potentially get the frags on the point here. Zen goes down. Zen goes down. They're playing the point. It's just a combo of LEGO on the point trying to prevent everything. And that's going to be it. It's going to be 1-1.
That's the map. Well, That's the
The-
main map.
The 30
Oh my
minutes.
Yeah, we still have a golden cap here. So that's going to be 1 point apiece for the teams, and now we're going to have a a golden cap to decide this. Oh man, I can't believe how many times Lego actually tried to push out, and how many times top5rocket failed to push last. It's I guess a bit of desperation was the only thing that was enough to get it up.
Well, I guess while we're waiting for the golden cap to start, we can maybe do a really quick peek at the logs. Really quick peek.
Eh,
Possible.
yeah, we'll wait. We just
Never
will
mind.
look at
No
it.
log. All right, that's fine. That's fine. But
I'm just gonna throw one stat out there. Just you're not gonna see it, but
Okay.
I will just mention that fluoride went 11 and 27. So I was onto something. That's for sure. His damage was fine, but he died a lot. But yeah, those logs will come up later. We're probably not going to be looking at logs for the golden cap. Those tend to not be very interesting.
well, I mean, if he seems to be doing pretty decent for what I think is his Prem debut. So, you know, this is it's good that they managed to at least get the tie up. Both teams are getting at least 1 point from this map. Now just the golden cap to see who gets that second point. I don't know. Like, I feel like top5rocket kind of got it just because Lego seemed to pop just a little bit early, like unnecessarily early, but I'm going to presume that that was probably for a good reason. But just that Uber getting forced a little bit earlier, you know, gave them the edge on that last push, and now this is where it landed them in the golden cap 1-1. Going
Yeah,
into
this
the
could
golden
already be considered a bit of an upset. top5rocket taking points from Lego. Lego is, at least in my book, supposed to be better than top5rocket. So just already the top5rocket has gotten some points. It's already positive for them. But let's see if they can get more than just 1 point as we're going to this middle. Looks like Lego, they're gonna go their own side, but they immediately kind of just gets jumped by fluoride. And Lego, they're under so much pressure. Phil would be the only one to get any kills here, and that's a great mid from top5rocket. They're just riding this momentum.
Oh, that was... I love what they just did on mid. They just walked under bridge and then caught all those combo players on slope. That was beautiful, and it worked out perfectly. They got the combo immediately. They lost a couple players, but they kept their meta alive, and they got condom. So now it is going to be a pretty... well, it should be... You know, this should be an easy push. Full Uber advantage should be the golden cap for top5rocket. But,
yeah,
you know, the question... We have seen them flub these pushes before, so it remains to be seen if they'll actually do it. But they have the full Uber advantage. They're buffing up their players right now. They seem to be looking at that top left area. They're coming in. The Pyro's close. He's going to get dispatched very quickly. Neo's going to be trying to clear those sticks off the point. They get blown. Players drop onto the point for Lego.
Oh, Korbach's in. Tries to get
oh,
the
but
get the
Condom and Eyes are completely dead. It's just Phil on last, fighting Umbrak and Elacor, and he goes down, and that will be it. top5rocket successfully riding that momentum from the mid, and they will close out the map. That's
yeah, I
2
feel
points.
like top5rocket had like a solid, really good 2 minutes on this map, and it was like the last 2 minutes of both the golden cap and the cap. And that allowed them to get the 2 points from Lego. So they win the first map in a golden cap. So this is already a very close match. Hopefully we get a few more caps in the next one. But yeah, there's a lot of action all the time. And you can see, yeah, Josh had 407 DPM. That's a lot of DPM for Pocket. Like, he was just spamming and building that banner so much. And Demul also had an extremely good game for Romer. And same for Cornpack, actually. All the sorters were doing really well, just spamming.
12k taken, 12k given.
Nice. Going even, boys. That's what it's all about. I assume scouts just destroy that stat, right? Giving more damage than they take.
Probably.
It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what it's. Both all the scouts seem to be following that pattern mostly, except for Zen, who was even. I think everyone else gave more or inflicted more damage than they took. But I mean, Zen is also the one with the most kills, so you know, I think it's justified. But yeah, I really like the guts from Top 5 Rocket to go for such an all-in strat on a golden cap. Like, you'd expect maybe to play for them to approach the mid like really conservatively, like just maybe play passively on their train, and then if they lose like a player or two, they immediately back out. Like, they went all in. They went through, under bridge. They went straight into the combo. They were just like, we're going to win this mid right here. We're going to roll you into last. It worked out perfectly. And, well, I mean, that's, yeah, the first map won for them, and that's looking very good. I mean, Top 5 Rocket had a pretty tough season last season, right?
Yeah.
So seeing them to already like take a map off of what you'd expect to maybe be like the 4th placing team of this season. I mean, we don't even really know where Lego is, but judging from the roster they're using and on paper, like this is definitely a team that's pushing for playoffs, like easy. So
yeah,
to see
like
them take a
top
map,
3, right? Like,
yeah. So
looking at it,
yeah, taking a map on like, you know, the bog standard, at least the perceived, maybe it's changing now, but before it was seen as the bog standard TF2 map Badlands, you know, they win it. So
yeah, it is worth mentioning though that they were like literally seconds away from just losing it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, it was very close. It was. They were like, what was it, like 5 seconds away from losing that map. If it wasn't for Condom popping a little bit earlier than Umbrak, they would have lost like 1-0.
Yeah, so it was nipple hairs for sure that gave them that win. But you know, you take what you get, and then you can't take the golden cap away from them in any way. So, like, yeah, Lego, they just need to be better for like 5 more seconds, and that's a good place to start. Yeah, it's almost like Lego played a little bit too safe in the end there, and that's what ended up costing it them, whereas before they were just playing optimally. And it's kind of funny how playing safe is the most unsafe option sometimes.
That was a very enjoyable map though. Like that was, even though it was very low scoring, there was a lot happening constantly. Like people pushing, there were people sacking. Like teams were like constantly trying to, you know, make some, like, find an opening. So I'm very curious what's going to happen on this map, which is also relatively tricky to push last on. So
Yo, I just saw something. Kratos has 0% heals.
Wait, what?
On Spy.
Oh.
Just joke. It's pretty funny though.
Nice. That's a good stat.
Yeah,
that's what we're paying you for.
Like Kratos got more heals on Spy than Demul did. So that's so that means that Umbrak is better than Condom at not healing spies. They're both terrible, but you know, you'll take little victories. You're not actually supposed to heal them, in case you're wondering. It's actually bad to heal the enemy players.
But we're starting. Second map of this official. The first map was taken by Top 5 Rocket in Golden Cap. It went 2-1, and now it's process. Lego wants to try and maybe get more than 1 point this official, and let's see how they're going to start the second map right now.
As Korbak's going to jump in very aggressively. Both roamers basically trying to see if they can pick each other off. They can't. There's just two Frenchmen meeting in the night and then moving separate ways. Josh actually takes a big pipe there and goes down. And Lego right now, they're up on the high ground. Somehow on the other side, just surfing up there and just completely demolish everyone else if they end up on the low ground.
Well, it was a good attempt. I think Top 5 Rocket wanted to push over left side into Lego there, and Korbak coming from the right side trying to fly in as well just gets completely destroyed and just ragdolls straight all across the mid. And yeah, they've been wiped, but they did get Condom, and Condom spawned way later. He is on crits, but he hasn't been healing, so this will be relatively even uber crits situation for Top 5 Rocket. So this is not a lost round just yet. They can definitely recover from this, but I'm quite intrigued as to what they're going to be doing with this crits.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting situation. Like they knew they were at about like 40 to 50% disadvantage, and I think they just figured, okay, they're not going to push on this, so we might as well try to go crit squeak and then maybe cast them off guard, because like they're probably just gonna be like maybe sending in a single sack once they get get the Uber, and then maybe we can catch him off guard with this crit streak, because it's not like a normal situation.
Oh, Umbrak!
Oh.
He goes down to the long-range crit sticking from Phil. This is the perfect opportunity for LEGO. This is what they needed, and they're just completely destroying top 5 Rocket. And that will be a very successful crit. Umbrak not aware of that crits at all, not even looking towards Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And yeah,
big
explosive first round.
Yeah, that was a very quick round. 3 minutes. It feels kind of like, isn't this what happened last time as well? It was a pretty quick round to LEGO, and then they lost the mid, and then they just kind of got stuck in second limbo. But either way, let's not take things in advance here. So right now, both teams are just kind of feeling each other out. It looks like top 5 Rocket has slightly better high ground control here, thanks to Neo being in there, but wow, Bull just jumps in, takes 2 rockets to the face of a medic there, and Bull take him down. Illico jumps in, gets completely denied by Iceland, and as Soda comes in, finally gets Condom. Now it's just a 3-on-3 brawl. Zen will go down, but Iceland will get the revenge immediately, and then even take 6.
Korvac!
Wow.
Oh, those rockets on Iceland, but gets cleaned up by Josh. So this will be technically a 1 mid by LEGO, but I think top 5 Rocket has the
Josh
better
is the only person alive. The rest of the people are spawners.
Yeah.
So whoever has the fastest spawners gonna be at an advantage here. It looks like LEGO's gonna have the first soldier here on mid. So I don't think anyone else can really make it in here. There is a full combo, fully buffed combo from top 5 Rocket and Choke. But no, they're not really gonna make it in there. They're just gonna look, see if they can maybe like get a random spam kill or something. They can't. So now it's just back to just testing the water and building Uber, and then going for a different place to try and break the stalemate.
Yep, well, it is 10% Uber advantage. They might push off of it. Probably not. They'll probably just stay and just stack, I don't know, Neo in, put him on sniper. We'll see what happens. Josh is far into choke here, but no one really there. Demol actually will be the one to jump in. He's in sewage. He gets good rockets onto Elikor, but no frags for him. He could not find the medic of top 5 Rocket, Umbrak. So now it will be top 5 Rocket that needs to find the response. Elikor peeking in through choke, just shooting off some pipes. Condom's very passive on LEGO's side of PC, and Kredu on that sniper is going to be the one to try and break this. He's going to peek choke a bit, but it's going to be quite difficult to find the shot onto Condom when he's holding so far back. Demol actually on sniper as well, so let's see if will it be the French sniper or will it be the Finnish sniper on a French team?
Yeah, Kredu was actually pretty good on sniper at I-61. A lot of top 5 players said Demul will actually be the first one to find it, but now at least they know where Demul is. It's going to be like in that Russian sniper movie where like the guy stands up and then they know it. But Josh actually going to jump in very aggressively here. And LEGO, they will push in, but the Kredu will find a kill. But Elikor going down, that's going to open up things a lot for LEGO. And Neo, however...
Oh, what a shot!
There it is. Kredu. A lot of the people on top 5 Rocket actually did really well at I-61. So, one of the few times where it feels like you should tell all these kids to just do it online instead of at LAN. Like, do it online like real, man.
Yeah, like LEGO. Do it online. Don't go to LAN.
And I was hyping up Neo, but it looks like it's going to be Kredu. I will impress the most here. Just getting 2 key picks, including the medic, the keyest of key picks. There's Demul is still on sniper. It's going to be sniping in PC, and that's not where the medic is. Medic is in way deep and hiding behind a wall. So really great job by that. Like, he's a scout, just one-shot himself, basically. On him. But the LEGO, they've retreated even more. You can see Umbrak, he's pretty nervous about this sniper, so he's just kind of hiding, and that's going to slow him down quite a bit. If Condom can just keep on building like he is now, there's a pretty good chance he's going to get this. So top 5 Rocket, they're being very slow and methodical, and right now I don't think it's doing them any favors. They're throwing away this advantage very surely. There we go, it has been thrown away. So that's a bit of a bummer for them, I think. Missed opportunity for sure, but they are playing around the sniper, so they do have that going for them.
I think they didn't really want to push in general. I think they're kind of suspicious of or not, like they're a little bit iffy on pushing with a sniper. It can be quite iffy or difficult to push into last in general, and the sniper, it's going to make it only harder. So they just wanted to try and see if Creative could find a pick in lobby, but they didn't really find anything, and it's now just going to be even Ubers. But once again, top5rocket is down around, but they're on Lego second and just sitting here waiting to find that pick, and Creative is going to be looking all around to find the opening. He's looking in one, but there's no one to be found. So let's see what everyone else is.
I don't think Lego realized that he's there. So he might get one good peek in here to do it. He's fully buffed now, and yep, Soda now knows, and looks like Creative will make it out of there alive. He was well buffed, and Ison just crouching in the corner there. He's gonna get taken down by Creative. His hands are faster than Ison's, clearly. And Ison will now, his death will make it so that the Bull's gonna go down on the right side. So much space, but Josh has now popped the spanner. That's gonna make the sniper completely useless as of right now. Yeah, there's so much crossfire going on from the semigun. It's actually really nice that it's in here. The Fluoride will go down again, and Lego, they are now 2 people up, 3 people up, sorry, and that's going to make it even up to 4, so surely they're going to get this. Ison might even be chasing Ombrak, but I'm pretty sure Ombrak's going to make it out. Yeah, Ison sees it as well. So another great hold by Lego, and I think we've seen this before.
I don't know, it was kind of a weird push. Like, they Ubered, or they got the force out, and then they tried to Uber into last, and then they just kind of fed players to the sentry, and then Lego could just easily push out. So now, coming from some, I guess, off coordination on last, they're now back on their second. It is not too big of a disadvantage that it seems like Lego will be able to successfully make it into second. They will probably try. It seems like the Mole wants to maybe come in, but actually that was more of a sack attempt, if anything else, and he won't even be able to make it, and he's going to get denied. So it's even Ubers. Actually, the Mole is now in. He's trying to airstrike his way around. He gets one good rocket onto Umbrak, but I think that's all he's going to get. He's trying to retreat through PC. He's kind of stuck there. He's going to get cleaned up, but and that's going to be the pick. Now top5rocket with the response. It's going to be Flu faking me out with that jump into choke, and I think maybe they're just gonna wait this out. I don't think they can really find an opening, so they're just gonna let him spawn, let the Mole spawn, and figure out what they do after that.
Yeah, they seem pretty comfortable in just playing it slow here. They definitely seem to be missing some opportunities here. Like top5rocket, whenever they're up like a small pick, or there's like a small window where they have the spawn advantage or the player advantage, they don't really push on those. They just play it kind of safe. They don't even send in a suicider, but they go for some sort of pressure and play around their sniper a lot. It's pretty low risk play, I'd say, but it's also something that's oftentimes leading them to just missing some opportunities here and there.
The Mole is on sniper. Creative is on sniper. I've seen this situation before. Creative once again is going to be aggressively peeking in PC. He's a scout. I'm not sure if the scout spotted him. He's gonna not keep Sursoon at angle, but the Mole's in sewers with a really good angle. Not gonna get anything. Creative finds a spot, finds the kill. And now they're the one to frag. Korvac is dead in PC, dead to rights, and well, they traded players. And once again, we are back in this position.
Yeah, I think like Josh has a banner, so I think he's trying to, but this is a map that's pretty difficult to actually build a banner. But looks like Condom will just pop in here very aggressively. They are going to get the force out eventually, but Dr. Phil is almost certainly going to go down. Yeah, he did go down. Josh is pretty weak, but this banner is going to keep them somewhat safe. And Kratos will actually go in there, get taken down, and lose the sniper duel, and Fluoride will go down as well. It's kind of what Fluoride does in this game, it seems. Just taking one for the team and then going down. Josh will get taken down, just focused by the entire team. Connor is trying to run, but there's just nowhere to go. This thing is in pipes away, and Demul again hitting it. Ison's on the other side. He's chasing the scout. He really wants to kill. Oh, it's a 1v1. And Ison actually wins it, but Fluoride did manage to spawn in time to avenge it.
Alright, well, Lego, they have the player ad, but the spawners from top5rocket will be coming in soon, so no real opportunity for them to push into last just yet. But what do I see? I see a condom crits. So Lego is going to try to replicate the success they had before in their first push into last. with the crits onto Dr. Phil with the long-range sticky. And we'll see if he can make magic happen again, or maybe they'll crits the sniper, maybe they'll crits the scout, who knows, but
yeah,
I think it'll probably be
more than before, just because before it didn't make too much sense. It was like an uber disadvantage, right? So it was kind of like a meta play where you kind of play with people's expectations, whereas now they just had an uber advantage and spawned earlier, so now it makes a lot of sense.
Dr. Phil is in, he's shooting the stickies off, he gets Kraid, who is a sticky close onto Flu as well, but he can't get that magic sticky onto Umbrak. Shoots them around. He has some sticks. Oh, it gets destroyed by Flu, yes. And now Lego didn't even pop their Uber. Josh actually stuck in lobby as well. Zen walking in, trying to fight like 3 people at once. Will actually make it out alive. But Umbrak still has an Uber. Top 5 Rocket with the full Uber advantage should be able to make their way out. Korvac jumping in very far as it's going to feed into the combo there. And I don't think Top 5 Rocket can really push out on this. They do have the Uber advantage. They pop it, but they pop it in top PC, which is going to make it hard to get onto any Lego players. Condom gets almost caught in sewers. It almost worked out, but Top 5 Rocket does get the space on second. But, I mean, I guess that's the goal. Just get the Uber out and then get second. But now the crits is coming in soon, and they're just going to have to get in quickly right now.
Yeah, so
Condom's completely alone on PC here. He could easily get jumped, but instead Top 5 Rocket's getting all the other players. Elocor is going to try and go on the chase onto Condom, and the rest of Lego is dead or leaving, and Condom actually successfully getting out, but Top 5 Rocket getting mid, going to be making around to second.
Scout's chasing, and Sen and Condom, they were kind of running different directions right there, but Sen, his aim is true. And they actually have a crits advantage right now, so they could just go for like a crit streak here on with the demo man. Looks like Condom, he did pop it there, so that's not a drop in the logs, the most important part. Unfortunately, it's also pretty important that he died. So great jump in there by Floyd. He gets the medic picks. Eisen's going to try and just pass there in there and see if he can avenge something, but at least Neo does the same. That's going to equalize things quite a bit, but Umbrak still on a full Uber advantage. They don't quite have a lot of players to hold this, so if they're not careful, Lego can still overwhelm them, but Lego, they have already set up on last with a sentry gun.
Yep. Well, last time we saw this, Top 5 Rocket elected to just not push into last, just try and get a pick and then go in, but they seem to be at least have a roamer in lobby. They still have big Uber ads. Zen is on that NG. Let's see where that sentry is. Actually, Uber has been popped. It does not matter. They are in. The sentry's in front of the point in the Mookie spot. It has been spammed down, but that's the only thing they really got. But actually, Dr. Phil going down to Korvac. Korvac getting traded out. Izone on top has not really been dealt with, and this is going to be very hard for Top 5 Rocket to push. They're all disconnected. Umbrak has to get out one. The rest are all trying to get out of lobby, but 2 of them go down as they're trying to fade out. Now it's just Neo, Kredu, and Umbrak. Top 5 Rocket, unsuccessfully pushing into last, are now moving out into mid.
Yeah, it seems like like the theme of this match has just been failed pushes into last. At least process, it seems like Lego are a lot better at pushing out on second. Maybe it's just that it's easier to push this point than Spire, probably is. But man, Sen gets completely piped there by Elocor. So this it's gonna be very difficult for Lego. Wow, what an air shot coming out from from Demore. It's gonna definitely shut things down quite a bit. Here comes the Uber force, and Dr. Phil's just gonna kill himself. Oh, Ison just hiding in the corner. Gets spotted. They actually just fight the scout of the... Okay, Demore will finish it off. Yeah, not a good push there for Lego once again. At least, maybe it's third point they can't push now.
Well, this is, it was some interesting things going on in that push. Condom had some config issues, having accidentally switched to crossbow as he popped his Uber, so now, well, it's even Ubers, so I guess Lego has thrown the push into a stalemate, which may or may not work out to benefit them if Top 5 Rocket so chooses to beat some players, but right now they seem to be just building the Uber, and then probably is going to be holding, waiting for the inevitable Demole bomb. Demole has been doing an okay job in these bombs right now. He's been getting decent damage onto Umbrak, but getting those forces out is very hard when teams hold this passively. But Umbrak sitting by PC, should give... If the mole can get in, that's the first part of this plan. He could get a good force up, but actually the mole might be caught by Korvac, but no, he won't. Actually, that is going to be a... Yeah, and there goes Kradu as well, so 2 players down. And now, well, LEGO should be able to make their way in for free. They actually trade Ubers, and they're not really... They don't really have much positioning from this Uber just yet. They do have the player ad, but they don't focus fire properly. They might lose this, but Flu goes down on top. Neo goes down as well on the ground. So does Elocor. Yeah, this was a pretty solid push, and now top5rocket building a sentry on last, and LEGO making their way to last.
Yeah, it's just every time top5rocket tried to push the flank into the mole just slammed them. It obviously helped that LEGO did a really quick rotation, but yeah, LEGO, they're really good at supporting the flank, and their flank is really strong. So top5rocket, they're really struggling here. The mole will even take down the sentry gun, so that should open everything up for a push on to last. The mole gets juggled into the skybox though, so not quite able to come in there. And the Josh runs out of ammo. And then what happened to Condom? Did he drop? I'm pretty sure he did. That was
I don't think he had Uber yet.
Oh, he did. He definitely did. Yeah. So.
Well, that's
one way not to push last. Take notes, kids.
Well, I mean, this is LEGO. This is old. This is old LEGO. Condom dropping. This is definitely a flashback here. But now top5rocket, the full Uber advantage coming through. They do get forced in PC. They're jumping in very aggressively, cutting off the players, trying to retreat. They only get eyes on. Flu is actually going to try and catch the combo here in sewers, but he's going to get caught himself by Josh and Zen there. top5rocket get the middle point. Now they have to
Zen's in very
keep control.
It actually takes him down. Now he's fighting the scout as well. He will definitely survive it. But yeah, this is looking extremely good for LEGO. They're just going to push onto this middle. They might try to chase down the medic. Like Sen, he's still giving chase. No, he's just going to eventually give up. And they're not stacking the point right now, LEGO. So there could be a bunch of spawners in forward spawn that they have to deal with. Elico is going to be one of them. Yeah, so he's just going to spam out here. It looks like they're eventually going to get stickied off. But yeah, I would pretty much like to see LEGO stack the point there. I don't know if they did that on purpose to try and catch people in spawn, but it looked like they were surprised, so I guess not. Sen will get a kill here as they Uber in on last. They couldn't quite put time onto the point, so everyone just retreated really well here to top5rocket. Now the counter pop is going to come out, and Condom, he has to run, but Korvac's about to flank. He hits a lot of damage, and one more rocket. Oh, that was close.
2 players up for LEGO. top5rocket's going to put a scout and a medic on second, as the rest is trying to get onto the combo. And well, there's Condom. There's a dead Condom on the ground, and now LEGO's going to try and sack for Umbrak. It's Josh and Izone. You get good damage on the not medic combo players, but no damage or real relevant damage onto Umbrak. top5rocket defending themselves against that sack successfully, and now with the 70% Uber advantage, they should be able to make their way onto second. But the mole is sitting there by a rollout, might be able to get a one and done, a little bit of a cheeky headshot, but we'll see what happens as top5rocket.
top5rocket, they're gonna go through PC. That's usually how it's done, and Blur's gonna immediately trade with Josh. But it looks like they have pushed the sniper back, and they're going to be able to take second more or less for free. I mean, they did put some work in, but they didn't have to pop the Uber. That's kind of the free part that I'm talking about. But once again, they have to be pretty fast, because Condom, he's good at building Uber. He's going to do it fast, and there we go. They are actually going to Uber in before Condom has the Uber, but they've Ubered in on the right side, and Condom is standing on the left. And as Neo tries to put time onto the point, he gets killed, and Condom will indeed be able to get this. Korvac's hiding on the left side. He will catch out Dr. Phil. So that's pretty good. That's going to make things a lot more complicated when LEGO inevitably tried to push here. But they still do have a really good shot at this.
Yep, they're coming in. top5rocket in choke. This is going to completely give this up. But they have their spawners in time to defend this middle point. Neo, choke peeking in. He's going to be building this Uber as fast as they can. And the time pressure hasn't really come in just yet for top 5 Rocket. They have 8 minutes. Actually, Lego seems to be pressuring into Choke, get Flu, but then their scouts both go down. Demol on the flank trying to just come in for the fight, but he's going to get taken out. He did not get the memo that both his scouts died, and now Lego is kind of screwed here. They lose Dr. Phil. It's just Josh and Condom. Oh, Josh is caught, but Condom stays alive, but he's going to get chased by Credu. Credu's trying to get onto him. He gets the shot onto Condom, and then Eisen gets cleaned up by Korvac. Neil on second, capping that up. It's Demol and Zen who are going to try and defend as the Uber has been popped by Ombrag. They should be able to get these frags before the spawners come in. Don't get them in time. It can get a little bit hairy, but they get the 3 frags. Dr. Phil spawning in has no chance, and top 5 Rocket tie it up.
Tied up once again. Kind of a repeat of the first map, just with a lot more time to spare. Ombrag with the 71 points in 1 round as a medic. So that means he got 3 points in the first round. That's how big of a difference it was. Yeah, we have a third mid going on here. Elico's going to be pretty fast. He hits the surf, and Dr. Phil's going to be a bit slower. It looks like he will eventually get the medkit here. So completely even for the demos right now. Now it's just a matter of who will jump in first. Usually it's the soldiers that engage first. And the Flu will actually look like going to go down first. But there's, as I say, like Korvac has gone scout, and Credo has gone sniper, and this completely blindsided Lego, and they're just running away now with the only 2 remaining players.
One of their projectile class players switching to scout. I've seen this before, but this is not the approach I was expecting with Credo on sniper. But he got his own little headshot, but it seemed like the coordinated damage from top 5 Rocket was the thing that let them win that mid. But Lego all bunched up in lobby. Want to try and get onto second, but no chance. They're gonna be sitting on last. Even Ubers, but now it's tied up. So now top 5 Rocket gets to just sit back a little bit. They're not as pressured anymore. They are running a sniper and a spy. They're gonna try and catch them off guard with the double off class. Well, I like the idea of this. I feel like this could work out.
Yeah, I think this is really smart by top 5 Rocket, because I'm pretty sure they have this feeling that Lego, they're going to be tilted by the fact that it's being so slow. So just slowing down the game like this, it just doesn't suit Lego. They just hate sitting back here like this without doing anything. So at some point you're probably going to just get an easy pick just because they try to push out. But speaking of easy picks, looks like Neo's going to be the one to go down. So now there's 0 scouts on the side. It's going to be very difficult to actually deny anyone, but it's really only Ison that's in any kind of position to get a pick, and he's just deciding to sit back. So Lego just going to take it slow. Korvac is still just inching his way to the very back of the point, and now he's just calling where the medic is. So they might try to send in a soldier, since they have perfect positional calls on the medic, but they also might just not bother.
Both soldiers of Lego have just gone resup, and I think Korvac has called this because top 5 Rockets trying to make their way in, and Flu off of that weak defense gets the frag onto iZone, which should allow Korvac to get a little bit closer. He's on the point right now. He should be able to maybe try and get a pick onto a demo, or maybe he has his eyes set on Condom here. He seems to be showing his back a little bit. Korvac is really thirsty for this frag, but first Josh in lobby gets all the top 5 Rocket players out of their lobby, and Korvac still unable to really find an opening. But I mean, the longer this goes on, the more top 5 Rocket gets at least a safer push, because I mean, if it's like about a minute, they can basically push in with no repercussions. So yeah, this is definitely, unless they feed like 3 players, this is definitely safe for them right now.
Yeah, Josh has gotten a banner. He's going to pop it. He might pop it just to try and go out there and be aggressive, but Korvac is actually uncloaked. He's going for the demo man. He gets him. It wasn't called in time. The scout, I think, Sen was trying to save Phil there. Ubers are now gone. Ombrag is pretty safe, but Lego, they are getting position onto the spire here. Elicor is pretty much out of ammo. He's just getting rushed down by a scout. Gets saved by an error by his medic. But Lego, they managed once again to push out of last. They seem really good at pushing out of last in the second process, but then they struggle to get back into middle. And once again, Yeah, it looks like Elko's just going to jump in there, get 2 really nice kills, and now Lego, they're going to go back to last. So whenever Lego have to go into the middle, it seems to go sour for them.
3.5 minutes, and top5rocket's just going to go straight in. Actually, Neo has completely caught Dr. Phil, and Josh is down as well. It's just Zen and Condom. This is 2v4, but the spawners are coming in. top5rocket's playing the point really well. They have so much time on the point, but now you're too weak, and Umbrak, not getting the Uber in time to save his players, is just going to Uber onto Elikor. Elikor is completely caught in lobby, should be dead. There he goes. It's just Korvac and Umbrak. Umbrak actually goes down in on the ground there by second, and this is going to be the second attempt from Lego in about 2 minutes to get onto mid, and well, they have the heal advantage and the demo advantage this time, so it should be free.
He actually misses some shots, and now Lego, they know about him, so I'm pretty sure he's going to have to move back here. Yeah, there we go. Soda in the skybox, trying to go for Condom. He gets, what a pipe by Dr. Phil, saving his medic. Korvac got destroyed there. It was a really nice jump in there. Condom went down to 30 HP, but great save by Dr. Phil.
Alright. 20% Uber advantage for Lego. They have 2.5 minutes. They should be able, or they should be pushing into second at this point, and they will be. And top5rocket seems to be giving up the space mostly. Flu is in top PC as the only player that's kind of in, but he recognizes that that is basically a death trap that he'll be making for himself, so he's going to get out. It will be even Ubers, 2 minutes left, and Lego's going to go straight in, but the Uber gets absolutely nothing done. They get the space in, but I mean, they need some frag. They get core back, but then the Uber gets popped by top5rocket. They isolate Izon. Flu gets the kill onto both soldiers. Trading with Demol, getting the frag onto Josh. 3 players from Lego left. 4 players from top5rocket. They're in one. They shouldn't be able to make it through. The scouts are aggressing really fast onto the combo here. And actually, Zen goes down and Phil is dead. And that's a great push out from top5rocket as well.
Yeah, just one pipe just to rule them all there from Elikor. Just hits one guy, but you know, then the splash takes and hits like 2 other players and just gets 2 easy kills out of it. And now Lego, they're on the ropes now. They're gonna have to probably back off here, but they also don't want to give things up for free. They're trying to distract with the rule, and that didn't quite work out. Josh is gonna go down as well, and I think at this point Connor's just gonna have to run. He does have a scout with him, so he's running fast, but yeah, he's gonna have to get out of there. He almost has Uber though, and if the Mool can get this forward spawn, it would have been a lot more safe, but as it is, he didn't. And now Soda's jumping in very aggressively. There's only 2 scouts on the demo man to deny them. That usually means you have a lot of space to move around on. Here comes the Soda in very aggressively. That's gonna get the force out, but the counter force will also come out from Umbrak.
This Uber is better for top5rocket. 2 scouts still in. They're gonna be trying to force out the players. Flu goes down to Demol. But regardless of that, top5rocket has the positioning, but Zen going from top PC, trying to walk straight in, it's unsuccessful. The Mole go down, Phil is caught on the ground, and actually this is really bad for Lego. They're bleeding all these players. This is not what they needed. It's just Izon and Condom. The spawns are coming in 7 seconds, but top5rocket is already in onto this point. They should get this frag onto Izon and then just play the point. That's going to be it. It's going to be 2-1 for top5rocket, and they will pull out both wins. They will go up 5 points to the 1 point that Lego will be getting.
That's 2 heartbreaking rounds for Lego. They're not going to be happy with this one. That's so heartbreaking. In the very final seconds, they just messed up and just kind of bungled some push out. Yes, both maps. So that's real rough. But huge congratulations to top5rocket. I did not expect them to be able to compete with Lego, but they more than competed with them. They actually beat them. They're going to get 5 points to Lego's puny 1. So all of a sudden, it's like top5rocket might be in or should be in my top 3. Or maybe I just need to expand my list of top teams. Because I only expected there to be 3. But it's a great surprise to see. Fortunately, it happened to my favorite team, but from an objective point of view, it's very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite yeah. This is a very very good stuff from top5rocket. Just getting that 5 points. That's a lot more than I expected them to get, and this is kind of reminding me of last season a little bit when top5rocket like upset Antic in the first week, getting like a map off of them. Though if I would be comparing it to that, that would be implying that Lego will be the antic of this season, which I hope it won't be, but it's looking like it. I mean, this is quite good. Maybe just the inclusion of Flu and Credu has done really well for this team. We were a bit iffy on Flu for the first map, but I mean, there it is, and we can go and look at some logs right now.
Like, if you just look at the stats, you'd think Flu was the roamer and Korvac was the pocket, but it's actually the other way around. It's really weird. Seems like Flu just dives in all of the time, even compared to Korvac.
I think both soldiers from top5rocket play really aggressively.
Yeah, like, it's not like Korvac is definitely like, I barely noticed him as a pocket. Like, they both tend to just jump in and then just stays with Elecor and both scouts. And it works out pretty well. And they've always been relying on their soldiers to buy space for the rest of the team. And yeah, I think they've just taken it even further this season. So it should be an interesting experiment to see just how much can a soldier roam before it just doesn't work anymore. You know, because surely you're going to reach some sort of threshold where like you need a soldier besides your medic. But yeah, maybe they just belong in the skybox.
I mean, that is a theory. I will not confirm or deny how accurate I think this is, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely what it looked. That's definitely seems to be top5rocket's mentality right now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. I wasn't 100% prepared to be saying that top5rocket has won these two maps. So
yeah, I mean, I'm crushed emotionally, obviously, but yeah, like we see Elecor getting the majority of the heals, whereas on Lego side it was Josh. Josh had a monster game once again, did a ton of damage, and then we see Sen up there, whereas like you see Fluoride, Neo, Korvac, they're all pretty close comparably to what it is on Lego, where like it's much more defined who's pocket and roamer and who gets those kind of heals. There's more spread out on top5rocket's side, so a bit of a different playstyle at work, and also just Lego being quite a bit more aggressive, it would seem to me. Like they didn't play it safe the same way that top5rocket did, and top5rocket, they missed a lot of opportunities to push, I think, but at the same time Lego, they would also push sometimes, and then it just went really catastrophically bad for them. So it's a give and take.
Yeah, well, luckily for Lego, they won't the maybe negative momentum that they may have accumulated from this official. They won't have to worry too much. They won't have to play another top team for the next official. They just have to play Nunya Black, I think it is. Might be normal. No, Nunya Black. So, I mean, not to be mean to the Nunya Black players. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of Nunya Black, but I feel like there won't be it might not be as difficult as of an official for them. So it won't maybe be like Antic last season, where they have to play like all the top teams at the start, and then at the end of the season, just like, well, they've lost like every team they could have lost to, and now they just get easy officials. So
yeah.
Lego still has a chance to keep going.
Yeah, speaking of Nunya Black, those guys are going to be playing against Swift on, I believe, September 24th. That's a Sunday.
This Sunday, yes.
Yeah, and Nunya Black is, I think you would agree, the exciting Nunya of the two. Definitely the one with the most promise, I think. They have some pretty exciting players and some newcomer and some oldies in Prem, or at least people with the Prem experience. So, like with those kind of teams, there's almost always like they chuck along, and then they at some point just start going.
Wait, are you not? Which is this? Are you talking about the Nunya with like Chris and Pappy on it?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard Prem experience. I was like, yeah, I guess, but I'm just like within.
They've been like
it's kind of, yeah. It's more. It's like the thing is that like when I hear Prem experience, I'm like, oh, they've been playing like in a lot of teams, and I feel like this is like self-contained experience, which is not. It's it's not like they don't have Prem experience. It feels a bit different. Like it's like the team in itself. Like it's a long-standing team. I don't know. It's not just supposed to be negative. It just, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of excited for the other Nanya as well. The other Nanya has some interesting players too. Has some returning faces as well. Has Big Hank. It has Eames, who played quite well at LAN. So I think both teams are quite interesting. Like both teams have a lot of potential, but I think I've just grown a little bit. Like I don't think the cynical is the word for it, but like I'm like Nanya Black. I mean, they placed like 7th and 8th before. I'm like, I mean, I keep thinking like, oh, they're gonna break through. This could be the season, but I'm just like every season, I'm just like, I guess it just isn't the season, and I don't know. I'm kind of just getting accustomed to them being in Prem now. But yeah, we now have interviews.
Oh yeah.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, we won. Yeah, we're a top team now.
Yeah. You gotta enjoy it, right? Like there's no guarantee as to what's gonna happen for the rest of the season, but for now, you are number 2 in the entire league. Congratulations, big clappers.
Yay! Can we freeze the table now and never play again?
Yeah, like I think we're all pretty fed up with the season anyway, so let's just call it a day. And good job, guys.
Yeah, 2nd of Prem. That's what I've dreamt of.
Yeah. But going into this, how did you think you'd actually have a chance against Lego? Because in my head, I thought Lego was like a huge favorite.
And I think you're not alone in that. I think for some reason, according to the TFTV thread, everyone was considering Lego as a really strong contenders for Prem. And I'm not denying that, but I feel like people are kind of missing the fact that Prem this season is really, really stacked. And there's no such things as upset this season in my eyes, as I feel like everyone can beat everyone can lose points to everyone. So yeah, we went into this game as, yes, we can win, but we can, I think the score shows it. We could have lost as well, and it was really, really close. So I feel like we're gonna play every game as we can win this, especially that now 7 is out. And hopefully this shows that, yeah, we have ambitions, and we are good enough to live up to them.
Yeah, they're definitely going to make sure not to stop playing until the very last second. I think on basically both maps there were about 10 to 5 seconds left, right, before the game ended when you won it or made it into Golden Cap. You seem to have a lot of trouble pushing last. Like, what was your angle of attack when trying to push last, and why do you think it wasn't working?
So I know, I feel like Lego was kind of upset at the way we played. I don't really get it, because in my eyes we tried to do a lot of stuff. I don't know how it reflected on the game, but I felt like we tried a lot of stuff. But we kind of a new team, considering we have Credo and Fluo in now, so we have to build the synergy again. And it showed in that game, as in I don't really want to pin him, but Fluo got a bit triggered at some point, and
no, I didn't.
And he got lost at some occasion. So
I didn't.
we had to build that up and make the best out of it. So I think that's just a regular first week for a new team. Like you struggle a bit, but officials actually highlights your flaws and you can work on them. So hopefully now we know that when we push as a team, we can make it work, as we did that in the last seconds of Badlands. And every time we try to do crazy stuff on our own, it's not going to work. So I'm really happy how, even though the game was really tricky to play, I think it will make us realize how we have to play the game.
All right, who was the pocket and who was the Roma? I just want to make sure. Were you the pocket or the Roma?
I was supposed to be, but I don't know. I like to be what? I guess. I don't know. I always played pocket like this, you know. Just go deep all the time and pray you don't get fucked over by scouts. And this time I got fucked over.
Despite what I said, the way Fluo plays help us a lot because we kind of rely a lot on Elacore. So the fact that Fluo takes a lot of damage on himself and makes space for us is really useful. Sorry, as well. So you just need to work a bit on how not to die in tempo moments, and it will get good. But the way Fluo plays is really good for us.
You guys will all, it always, like, when I think top 5 rockets, I think 2 soldiers in your face and then the rest of the team just coming in like a tidal wave following up. So, yeah.
That's our secret, Peter. You're telling our strat to everyone.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's easy, guys. You just have to double airshot both soldiers, and then when there's 2 scouts come, you just 2-shot them, and then you destroy the demo and chase down on brag. It's kind of easy if you think about it. Yeah. But, all right, and then going into process, that seemed to be a slightly better map for you guys. Is that a general thing, or like it played a lot differently, right? Because it seemed like on Badlands you couldn't push into last, and then Lego couldn't push out into second, whereas on process you were having some issues with pushing into last, and then Lego could push out on the second, but then they couldn't get into middle. I don't know. How did that map feel for you compared to the Badlands one?
Neo and Credo could carry us more easily, I guess. I feel like Combrak is more inside than me.
Maybe I'm more smart than you. I think we're better on this map because you said it, Peter. We used to rely a lot on our soldiers, and process is a lot about it's a scout map. So if you want to perform, you have 2 soldiers to be really have good synergy between them. So I wouldn't say process is a better map for us today. It used to be, but now it's a bit more hard for us. But yeah, Fluo said it. Credo and Neo have way much more room to work with on process, and Credo can make magic work on sniper, so that's really good for us. And I don't know if that's a better map. It's more open. I know Elacore prefer process over Badlands anyway, so maybe it felt like we were better on this map, but I felt like we had the game way more in control on Badlands than on process. I don't know. From my experience, from the way I felt it, I felt like on process we were more on the back foot. They pushed our last many times, whereas on Badlands they pushed it once, they cap it, and then we just parked the bus somehow on their last and tried to make stuff happen. So I'm glad process is out of the rotation for like 6 weeks now, so we have time to work on our mechanics and how we play together, and come back on this to be a bit stronger for week 7.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some time here. So next week's going to be Badlands and Gollywash, basically the granddaddies of maps, like 2 of my favorite maps at least. And that's going to be against Low Panda. And Low Panda had a very strong showing against Nunya. Nunya, arguably the worst team in Prem. I don't know. Maybe it was just Nunya or Low Panda that was good, but you just beat Lego. So do you think you can take on Low Panda as well?
I don't know how you think about it, but again, I think we can take on everyone as long as we keep focused. And again, I feel like you call Nunya the worst team in Prem, but you have to put that in perspective. They were playing with Elacore, they didn't have Eames who's their main caller, so I think that was a rough start for them, and I'm pretty sure they will pick up the pace as the season goes on. And as far as it goes for us, yeah, I think we can beat Low Panda. We have close scrims versus them all the time. Only they rolled us one time, but that was like late in the evening, so we were kind of like, not trying our best. But we know their strat now. Fans, I know you're in chats. We figured you out, so you're gonna get down on next week.
So is it something you want to share with the world, or is it top secret what the key is?
I'll throw myself to his face and possibly hit him, and then everyone else shoots him contemporarily and possibly dies. You never know, actually.
Alright, so you just throw the entire team at him, and then there's like a good 50% chance. Oh, okay.
I'm useless anyways. Okay, that was sad, I'm sorry.
But you just gotta hit like these big air shots, right? So it looks really cool.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, have you seen how hard Fluo got wrecked by AMS? Talking about air shot, you should check that out.
Yeah.
I haven't. You're gonna have to post.
That was like my introduction to Prem. Like, hey, I think I know. Boom, and you're dead. Yeah.
Is this your first season in Prem Flu?
Yeah.
Hmm.
How
does it feel to finally have made Prem after your team dying in season 26?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like a quick spoilers, but I might have forced Credu like with like a gun to his face. Just take me in, because you robbed me of my Prem spot.
He was also in that new clan team.
Yeah.
That slayed the Weebs in season 26.
He left for unexpected. Yeah.
Do you want to know how Flu actually feels about being Prem? Right when the game ended, he said, "Yeah, I already have more points than Pappy." In one game, so
no, not true.
Oh man! All right. Yep. There's still 2 more games coming up in this week. First week of ETF2L. It's gonna be the Weebs against Swift. No, sorry. It's gonna be the Weebs against Antic, and then Swift against Nunya Black. And currently they're both scheduled for Sunday, but one of them might be earlier. But I don't know. If you don't have any more questions, HiipFire, I think we're just gonna throw it to some shoutouts and then call it a night.
I think the Nude Clan reference was all I had. So yeah, let's do shoutouts.
All right, Flu, you get to go first.
Yeah, shoutouts to Nude Clan, as HiipFire said, of course. Just to Big Solix, my boy, and all the Italian community, of course. And that's it.
Alright, Ombrac, do you have anyone you want to thank?
Allora, shout out to my team for playing this game and winning in the 5 seconds. It's not really good for me because I'm really old now, so please bear with me and win 5-0 next game. Shout out to you guys for casting. Shout out to Gemm on the production. I hope you still have my signature on your body after LAN. Yeah, nice. He still has it. Shout out to people who watched. I hope it was a good game to watch and not as boring as Lego pretended it was. Shout out to Lego as well for giving us a good game. I hope they pick up the pace for the rest of the season and show people that they're actually good, like they are good. And yeah, shout out to everybody involved in TF2 as of today, and see you next week.
Yeah, that's just gonna be that was a great outro. Let's end it.
Yeah, Homebrook straight up taking the casting for he's casting as well as playing.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want shoutouts anyway.
It was just a great outro.
Go to HiipFire.com. That's all you need to know. Actually, shoutouts to Beater. Shoutouts to Beater for murking for my mid team. Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. It didn't go great, but thanks anyway.
It was good times. I almost got a better KD than you. Like next time.
It was good times until I got really pissed.
Yeah, that's TF2 in a nutshell.
Yeah. Oh, well,
all right.
It was fun again.
Yeah, you guys have a good night. I don't know if we're still going, by the way. I have no idea.
We should end this.
Oh, are we? What?
Oh, yeah.
Stream, please tell me if you're going to Sweetland. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, cut the mic. Cut it.